Hi, thank you for joining me. Today I want to speak to you about labeling candles. I'll let you know that this is extremely important to the success of your magic work. The reason being, you're adding your intent to the candle, you're giving it direction and focus. You don't want to just use a candle that is just lit, just adding light to the room. So here we'll have, I'll show you, this is a tea light candle. This candle can be taken out and you can write on this candle, the surface of it. You can also place writing here, which will label and direct the candle. With a candle similar to this is a short candle, but you can also use the tapered candles. The votives, you can also use the pillar candles as well. You can take a stylus and write on the outside of this. This is wax, so you may be able to write on it with a permanent marker. I'm not sure, but I know you can use a stylus and it basically carves into the edge. You don't want to place a paper label on this because as the wick burns down, it will light the paper on fire, and that's not what you want. With candles similar to these, which are like birthday candles, some are really skinny and it's very difficult to try and write on it, although you can do it with a stylus. If you have a really sharp point on the stylus, you can do that, but it's a little bit more difficult to do. The votive candles, I don't have one right on hand, but with the votive candles or one similar to this, you can place a label on a container. Make sure the container is made just for candles. You can label the outside here or underneath and place the candle in here to burn, and that will be labeled. On these other candles, you can use a permanent marker and write on the outside, labeling this candle or underneath. Depends on where I have the candle placed. If I have it placed in a room where I have several altars and other people will be coming in and out of that room, I try to make sure I label it on the bottom, and that way not able to see what's on the candle itself. Now for labeling, some of these other ones already have labels on it. If you were using this candle for the purpose, this is a powerful hand candle, and say you were using it for the purpose in which it was already labeled, you can further label this by personalized intent. You can write directly on this label itself, or you can add another label to this, so you're not limited to what is on here, even though it has a label on. These are return address labels. You can pick these up at the local office supply store, and they're really small, but you can use these to place a label. On here. That one is quite small. It's a return address label. You get about 2,000 in that pack. And then this is another. I just picked these up at like a little dollar store. These labels, these are return address labels, and they're much larger. This label is large enough for you to even attach a prayer to it. So it'll attach to this. And it's up to you whether you use it horizontally or vertically, and it will attach to this as well. You can put an entire petition on here as well as names. With the labels that come on the candles themselves, I generally remove these because I don't want the energy of what's on here to affect my work. You can even cover it up, but it comes off so easily with water, so I just prefer to put that on here. if I was using one of these candles for the color and not using this label that's already on here, I would take the entire label off, the entire label, because I only want one energy on there, and I really want it focused so that it is working towards the goal that I want, and the energies are not split between what was on this label and what I placed on it. In the case of a candle that came dressed already, this would be the intent or purpose that was added on there before you received it. I would just write my name or your client's name on here. Try and add it into this prayer someplace for whoever the person is, or at the end of the prayer, if I could squeeze the name in here between the prayer somewhere, then I would do so. Your intent, it would be added to the person's intent that already dressed your candle, which will further help you succeed in reaching your goal. If it's already dressed by someone, you don't want to remove those energies because they're going to help you. However, you would remove the stagnant energies or any energies that had attached themselves to the candle between the time that the person dressed the candle for you and the time that you received it. Okay, so make sure you're labeling your candle so that your full intent is on there and the candle is really focused towards getting your goal, and it's not just burning to light a room. Thank you for joining me. Until next time.